Let's talk about effective coaching conversations. Have you ever been in a position as a leader where your team is going off script or they're going off process and we are seeing a dip in their numbers as a result? Now, if your answer is no, then go ahead and keep scrolling because this isn't for you. But for the rest of us, the great majority, it is natural for our team to go off script over time. Why? Because the customer trains them over time and they develop things that they think sound good on the phone or in a sales situation that they think are effective. Maybe it worked one time and they don't realize it wasn't going to work the other 49 times, right? And so we want to think about this because effective coaching conversations are not near as much about telling and much more about asking. Now, what does that look like? Well, when we're coaching someone, we can just give them the answer that, hey, you're off script, you're off process, you need to get back on script. But how often does that actually happen as a result of us just telling someone that they're doing something wrong? Not very often because they don't take any ownership of it and they may just get defensive and feel picked on. So we have two choices. We can either think that our team, and look, this could be the case some of the time. I would hope you already have these people out of your culture if this is the case. But either if they know how to do the script, they've had the proper training, they're either blatantly disobedient and they are trying to sabotage the company and they are trying to not set appointments and they are trying to not get results. Well, I would say most of the time that's probably not the case, right? So that leaves us with the other option, which is that this person went off script or off process because they felt something in their heart said that there was a better or different way, or maybe an easier way to handle the objection other than what we've taught them. So what we have to do is get to the root of that. What in their brain made them think that going this route instead of this route, why did they zig when they should have zagged, would be the best way to handle this objection? How would that sound? Hey, Johnny, I know that you want to get results. I know that your heart is in the right place. And I know that you want to set as many appointments as possible. So let me ask you a question. When the customer asked you to give them a price over the phone, what made you go ahead and say this when normally we would say that? Just what went through your mind in that moment that made you say, hey, this is the way I'm going to handle this? When we ask someone sort of their thinking pattern about something versus just telling them they were wrong for doing something, we get them to start critically thinking about what's blocking them from following the process in the first place. Now, this works in call center environments, it works in sales environments. Any area where there's a script or process and people will go off naturally over time, this type of conversation should happen. So again, let's go back and revisit that. Hey, when you were confronted with this with the customer on this call we just listened to, what was going through your mind? Like what made you say that this was the right thing to say in that moment? And then we will get to the root cause of why they're going off of script and not just the symptom, which is making us mad that they're going off of process, right? We're mad. We've taught them this. We've told them this 100 times and they're not doing it. Well, maybe telling them they're wrong isn't producing changed behavior, but getting to the root cause just might. Make it a great day.